Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We now begin our third session, Mining Innovation in Action, Kazakhstan at the Cutting Edge. This session will be moderated by Mr. Alex Simakov, Special Advisor to the Net Zero Reliability Initiative. Alex Simakov is an energy and climate policy expert. He previously served as policy advisor to the province of Ontario's Minister of Energy, Northern Development and Mines, and now advises many of Canada's largest resource development companies. We invite our distinguished speakers to take their seats. Mr. Nariman Absametov, acting chairman of the board of JSC and K. Talken Samruk, Mr. Bekaso Alkeshev, CEO Kazakh Geophysics, Mr. Alexander Prikhodko, Vice President of Expert Geophysics Limited, Ms. Yulia Koryazova, Head of the ERG Data Management Department, Mr. Trevor Wright, Partner Lakeside Minerals LLP, Ms. Madina Kapenova, CEO Aurora Minerals Group LLC. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to moderate today's panel, Mining Innovation in Action, Kazakhstan at the Cutting Edge. This is a story that's 4,000 years in the making at the heart of Kazakhstan's mining history. As one of the world's richest mining countries, it also is blessed with some of the most difficult formations, from the Konstai Formation in the north to Magistau in the south. The challenge of extracting these resources has constantly pushed Kazakhstan to adopt innovation, creativity, and open-mindedness throughout their mining sector. We saw that through a highly indigenous industry during the Soviet era, and over the past 30 years of independence, Kazakhstan has increasingly grown itself to the forefront of the global mining community. Today, we're blessed to have a world-class panel to speak to their success and experiences adopting innovation in the Kazakh mining sector and encourage folks to join them in the thriving industry. I'd like to turn to Nariman Absametov, Chairman of the Board for Talken Samruk, to share their experiences.
Thank you, Alex. It was a lot of things was said about this critical materials and the role of Kazakhstan in the supply of them. So I represent Talken Samruk. So Talken Samruk is the mining arm of our welfare fund Samruk Kazina. We have more than 30 different projects within the Kazakhstan. Mostly we are developing our projects with our partners and having JV with them, and we have a JV partnership with such giants as the Glencore, Rio, FMG, and others, as well as the juniors. But today we'd like to talk more about the critical minerals and development of these projects. So for now, in our portfolio, we are focusing on the 3 different items. So first of all, it's of course the rare earth minerals that is used in production of magnets. So previously, our partner Pini Althaus, he was saying about his investments in Kazakhstan. So we have a JV with the Pini, where we are developing and on exploration stage for in the north part of Kazakhstan for neodymium, dysprosium, and cesium that is used in production of these magnets. And we are hoping that we will have the good results after this drilling seasons, and planning to not only to make the extraction but also to produce these materials within the Kazakhstan, and this is our long-term strategy. The second big item that we are doing on the critical materials, it's of course the lithium. We had a big program with our Korean partners on the exploring the lithium in the Aral region. So we had the first season, the work was done. So we had as in geology we are saying there is no bad results. So we have some results. So first of all we found that the lithium is there. Unfortunately, it's not such a big sizes for now, but we are continuing the working on that. And the third, it's of course our tungsten projects. So as you know, the tungsten is in the list of these critical materials, and the Kazakhstan is the second biggest country on the tungsten after China. And we see this strong demand for tungsten all over the world, and we are planning to develop this one. And TKS have the biggest tungsten deposits outside of China. So we already done the feasibility stage, and we are planning to proceed further on developing these projects. But at the same time, we have pointed out exactly different projects within the Kazakhstan for rare earth materials, and we are looking for some companies that we will jointly to develop these projects, and we open for discussion on these items. So, if to be long story short, Alex, so this is what we are doing and what we are focusing on developing on rare earths.
Thank you, Mr. Absametov. Alexander Prikhodko, Vice President of Expert Geophysics Limited.
Thank you, Alex. So I am presenting Expert Geophysics group of companies. We are working in Kazakhstan in collaboration with Kazakh Geophysics for several years already. We have many successful projects for mineral exploration. Actually, it's a modern greenfield exploration. It's very important to use proper technologies with expanded parameters like depth of investigation and dynamic range of recorded parameters to image subsurface and geology in geologically meaningful results. So, should I show, you will show the... So, we have our flagman system, which is called Mobile MT system, one of our developments, which has a greater depth of investigation than any other airborne AM systems. It's very important for mineral exploration currently, and very wide range, dynamic range of recording and registering the resistivity range, which is sensitive to very conductive targets and to very resistive in the whole range. So this system, yeah, the next slide, please. I will show just some examples. Recently we flew in the survey in Montana, and it's always a known deposit there, Chrome Mountain, and we discovered, actually, you can see near surface conductor, it's a known deposit, but we discovered new target underneath, which is not reachable by other convenient systems like time domain, for example. We try it, but it's impossible to get. If you pay attention to depth of investigation, it's up to 1 kilometer and deeper. So the next example, yeah, shows just porphyry system in British Columbia, which is popular porphyry deposit, and it's pretty small, several hundred meters in diameter, but it's very bright. We can see the model of the deposit. It's known before our survey. We flew much bigger, and drilling and our data shows that the mineralization is open to depth. So, as you know, probably that porphyry systems are not very conductive. We can map not only from near surface up to more than 1 kilometer, but very slightly different in resistivity targets, conductive or resistive. The next example is from Kazakhstan. Ungurli, it's epithermal deposits in southern Kazakhstan. You can see the chimney zones which are coming from dome structures in the depths. So, and these chimney zones or conduits of epithermal fluids control the mineralization. Actually, it's resistive structures, and we can see very precisely which structures control mineralization near surface in several hundred meters. So you can see it's map and section and 3D view how looks this mineralization system in the whole volume in the range of more than 1 kilometer depth. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, this is just conceptual geological model of epithermal deposits developed for analysis over the world systems. And you can see morphologically it's very similar to our petrophysical model. Yeah. So it's another example what we did in collaboration with Kazakh Geophysics in Uspensky Rift, ore belt in central Kazakhstan, and manganese and polymetallic ores with copper core inside. It's known deposit, but we can detect it directly very well with mobility system. So let's go. Yeah, it's Kyrgyzstan. It's a very well-known Kumtor deposit under the conductive graphitic shales with thickness 300-400 meters. It's very thick conductor over burden, which is impossible to penetrate with control source systems. And we can see in the depths mineralization controlling structures from the bottom to the top, including the intrusive, it's mesozonal erosion level of the deposit, and it's very important in exploration to see deeper, because from mining point of view, probably you are interested mostly in 300-400 meters for open pits, let's say, but from exploration point of view, it's very important to see deeper because you can see the mineralization controlling factors very well. So it's example from Canada, from Athabasca Basin with uranium mineralization. All these examples showed which we detected the unconformity contact and the mineralization structures close to 1 kilometer depth. Even deeper, we can see much deeper than the unconformity structure there. And these two drill holes were drilled after our surveys with good success. They hit the mineralization with graphite, which is following uranium mineralization and on the conformity contact. So yeah, we have many examples on different commodities and different geological and geophysical conditions. And yeah, if you have questions about the technologies, we can show you much more information.
Thank you, Alexander. I'd like to turn the floor now to Yulia Koryazova, who's head of ERG's Data Management Department.
Dear delegates and forum participants, it's my pleasure to represent today ERG Exploration. But before start, I would like to tell a few things about ERG in general. ERG is a major mining group operating worldwide with a special focus on its home country, Kazakhstan, where it takes 1/3 of the mining and metallurgical sector. The government of Kazakhstan is the main shareholder of 40% of the group. ERG integrated leading mining operator in Kazakhstan as TNK Kazchrom is the world top producer of high carbon ferrochrome aluminium of Kazakhstan, and Kazakhstan Aluminium Smelter are leaders in alumina and aluminium production. Shubarkol is a coal producer, Sokolova-Sarbay is an iron concentrate producer, and additionally, ERG is a key supplier of electricity and a major railway operator in Central Asia. In 2019, ERG established Exploration Division to ensure the sustainable replenishment of its mineral resources. ERG Exploration performs a full cycle of exploration work, from design, field and geophysical works, drilling to modeling and preparing of reports in accordance with international standards. Since 2019, ERG has invested $60.7 million to exploration provided by our company. The budget for next 10 years is estimated about to $227 million. The priority task of ERG exploration is the searching of chromium, aluminium, iron, and manganese. In the meantime, the strategy of diversification of ERG's portfolio is suggested to search for other commodities as copper, gold, lead, zinc, etc. Our project management center is located in Astana. Two operators support hubs allocated in the principal regions of ERG exploration's presence in the towns of Rudny and Hromtau, where geophysical drilling departments are based with the related equipment and facilities. Effectiveness of our exploration works is demonstrated with new findings of several commodities. Among those, I would like especially emphasize the increasing of chromium resources by the operating mine sites in Kimpersay or district. Also, the recently porphyry copper discovery Karabas in Balkhash region, central Kazakhstan. About iron project, it is going to the mining stage as the Kazakhstan report was completed recently. So the exploration portfolio keeps on growing with new target generations. These days, the key of exploration effectiveness is introduction of IT solutions. We developed our own tool for processing and digitizing data. A significant amount of historical research has been conducted on the territory of Kazakhstan, and the resulting historical report consists of multiple volumes of books and maps. We receive a report from archive scan copy. Our system automatically processes report with range data and combine maps. So, ERG exploration is continuously evolving and open to productive partnership as in technology sharing, as for development of our exploration project, including our findings. Please for not hesitate to contact us. Welcome to our ERG booth, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Yulia. I'd like to turn the session now to Trevor Wright, partner at Lakeside Minerals LLP.
Welcome, use it. Click out. Thanks everyone for coming and seeing my talk. It's been real interesting today. I've been watching the two panels, and I'd like to think that what I'm going to show you today is an active example of what happens when a government gets things right, and you've got the power of geology in that header there, when these two things collide. And you know, a lot of people don't understand that when you're in the junior space, you don't have much money and you need to get as much bang for buck as you can. And Kazakhstan has certainly done that for us. So this is where we're at on our journey, and I hope you can see the enthusiasm that we've got for it based on what I'll show you now. So we picked up the Bull Cash project during the auction rounds a couple of years ago. The Bull Cash project is between Astana and Almaty. It's got very good infrastructure. There's a 220 kVA power line running through it. There's a huge copper smelter right next door. There's flights in and out of the place. You can get in there with a 4-lane highway. And in the Bull Cash region here, where our project is in that yellow circle, there's 13 known porphyry deposits. It's a highly prospective area. 3 mines in production, as you can see there, and 2 of them, one is right on the edge of our project, and we surround another one called Orly. And it's got a really, really high endowment, 20 million tonnes of contained copper. This is a picture up close of our projects, and you can see there's 3 deposits in there, and you know, some of them are circa 1 billion tonnes. Our projects are located along this northwest corridor, so we decided to pick up this ground basically because we could see in the old Soviet maps that there were additional outcrops of molybdenum and copper, and we wanted to follow them up. So here's our tenure here. It's around about 60 by 50 kilometres. And there's the Conrad mine, the Borley mine, and the work we completed last year comprised of picking up some extra licences to increase our land holding. We now surround the historical Conrad mine. We believe there's every chance that we're going to find additional mineralisation outside of the pit from the mapping work that we've done today. This is our field mapping we did last year. So we went and stood on our key targets and we undertook some detailed mapping, created some good geology maps which identified a whole lot of mineralisation that had never been found before. And this was just a simple example of having good geologists, I might add good Kazakhstan geologists, on the ground and simply mapping. We also undertook a 44,000 sample soil program. We did that in one season, and I don't know too many other jurisdictions where you'd get that sort of productivity and be able to generate that quantity of data that quickly. We took 600 odd rock samples, and we did a little bit of ground mag, and we also managed to find some old Soviet IP data. So this is what we found. We had the mapping, we had the soil sampling, and these are the copper results. So we put all of this through our XRF machine over the last 4 months. And as you can see here, the red bits are where there's lots of copper. And we're starting to see a number of different centres there. Arsenic is what you usually find at the tops of these types of systems, usually in the epithermal zone. So it's a key pathfinder element for us looking for big deposits. You can see a scale down there of 15 kilometres, and there's a big shiny example of it on the left-hand side that's almost that size. This is moly. Moly is a really good indicator of porphyry deposits. It's fairly immobile, so it doesn't like to move much. So when you find moly, we're really interested to start honing in on those areas. Lead usually sits around the periphery of these deposits, and we're seeing good examples of that as well, and same with zinc. We also threw all of the samples through TerraSpec. So TerraSpec, we put those samples through, and it tells us what type of alteration minerals and alteration assemblages that we're seeing. The key thing for us is you can see minerals that are associated with the upflowing zones or the more hot portions, and stuff that's more distal. These are the hot spots that we see in summary. So you can see them there, and here's where they are with moly. Nearly 100% coincidence. So what we're seeing here is evidence for very large scale hydrothermal systems, either at epithermal or porphyry level, that haven't really been defined before. When we put it on with manganese is a mineral that's depleted at the tops of porphyry systems, and you can see those blue areas there. That's where the depletion that we see in the manganese is. So when we look at it with sorry, I'll go back one. How do I go back to that? Back? Yeah. Yep. So when we see with our rock chip samples, again, we're seeing the coincidence. So it's not just in the soils, it's with our rock sampling as well. And when we have a look at what we've done in 1 year, you can see there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 potential porphyry centres in one project. As an exploration geologist with about 25 years under my belt, I'm stoked if I see one. So this is quite phenomenal. We've also defined about the same amount of high sulfidation to low sulfidation epithermal systems. We've got extensive gold at surface, and in some of them we've even been able to detect exactly where the upflow zones are, so we can go straight into drilling on those. So when we have a look at this and we look at, okay, well that's great, we've done all this surface work, what do we expect to see in the drilling? Well, last year, I think it's AG Asia, I think it is, they've just put out a PEA, but they drilled some extensive drill holes through there and on 2 deposits, and they're now working into a feasibility study. Our friends at ERG here, they've got, it's Borley, which is just north of us. There's some historical Soviet intercepts in there. Again, hundreds of metres at ore-grade copper. And outside of the Borley mine and inside our tenure, we found some historical intercepts as well, which was good for us. It validates our exploration models of what the sort of things we can be expecting to see underneath. And ERG have, I think they've just done some drilling in the last year there as well, and they've got themselves a good deposit on the go. So, you know, what we've been doing is set in precedent by others that have actually a little bit ahead of us with the drilling. But essentially what we've got is a whole district essentially contained with up to 30 different systems in it. And this is quite stunning, to be honest. And a lot of it has been the fact that we can find an area that has such very high prospectivity and the ability to get in there and do the exploration cheaply because of the support and the infrastructure that the government's put in place for us. So what have we learnt from 2024? There's typical porphyry mineralisation, epithermal mineralisation, and usually about 2 kilometres depth. And what we've found with the work we've done today is that the whole area's been eroded off, and we should be right at the porphyry level, and it looks like we've got some telescoping of some of those epithermal systems on top. In 2025, we're going to do more soils down here to the side, and we're also going to do some ground mag over the top to start getting us some drill targets ready to go. And we should be ready to start drilling by the end of this year. Thanks.
Thank you, Trevor. And our last opening remarks from Martina Kapanova, CEO of Aurora Minerals.
Good day, dear colleagues. People say that all the best mining opportunities are already taken, but let me tell you a secret. The best investments are still waiting to be made, and Kazakhstan is where you will find them. Why Kazakhstan? Because we make life easier for investors. Stable, predictable legislation, transparent regulations, 3,500 mining licenses issued, and still plenty of room for more. And trust me, if there were no opportunities left, we wouldn't be standing here talking about it. Kazakhstan's modern capital, Astana, reflects the country's stability and openness to business. Now, let me introduce Aurora Minerals Group, your guide to mining in Kazakhstan. For 10 years, we have been helping international companies not just enter Kazakhstan, but establish a strong foothold in its mining sector. Here is what we do the best. Exploration. From the first soil samples, Aurora covers the full spectrum. We use advanced geophysical surveys and target mapping to find the best drill targets. In short, we know where to drill and how to make discoveries efficiently. Licenses and legal support. Worried about paperwork or permits? Don't be. Aurora will provide everything from securing licenses and registering companies to closing deals without headaches. Our team navigates the Kazakh regulations and secures the necessary approvals at a fraction of the time it would take on your own. Mergers and acquisitions. Looking to buy into a project or acquire property, we assist with due diligence and deals. Aurora has facilitated numerous claim acquisitions and joint ventures, ensuring that our clients buy not just land, but the right land with genuine potential. Think of it this way. If mining is a chess game, we don't just know the first move. We have already planned your checkmate. Aurora's track record and local know-how make us an invaluable partner. We are also a founding member of the Kazakhstan Chamber of Mines. were top industry players like Rio Tinto and Fortescue among its members operating in Kazakhstan. In other words, we sit at the same table helping to shape the industry's future here. We'd love to leverage that network and insights for your benefit. What minerals drive Kazakhstan's opportunity? In a world-class potential. Aurora Minerals Group is actively exploring several projects, Lakeside, Tinis, Tisiktas, to name a few which we believe could be next big discoveries. But beyond our projects, consider the broader landscape of opportunity across Kazakhstan's vast territory. Copper, gold, uranium, rare earth metals. Think, all the best deposits are taken? Not even close, we are just getting started. And why Kazakhstan? Kazakhstan isn't just open for business. We roll out the red carpet for investors. Here's why mining in Kazakhstan is investor-friendly. Royalty system improvements. Mining taxes are becoming simpler and more predictable, so investors can plan long-term with confidence. This royalty reform, expected by 2026, demonstrates Kazakhstan's commitment to an investor-friendly, stable fiscal regime. Land law updates and new regulations ensure mining and agriculture don't have to compete for the same land, reducing conflicts and delays. Mining code revisions and airborne geophysics program. Rather than digging randomly, Kazakhstan has launched one of the world's largest airborne geophysical surveys. The country are literally rewriting the geological map in real time, uncovering new data about mineral deposits across the country. Also, mining was once considered a men's-only club. Not anymore. In Kazakhstan mining sector, women are proving otherwise and doing it brilliantly. From engineers to executives, women are taking on more roles than ever. ESG principles, we are leading the way in environmental, social, and governance principles. Miners here understand that sustainability and community engagement are as important as the minerals themselves. The industry is evolving. If you are not evolving with it, you are falling behind. So, if you are looking for a mining market where real opportunities still exist, Kazakhstan is a place to be, and Aurora Minerals Group is here to help you with those opportunities. Site visits will arrange a trip and personally take you to prospective mining sites. Seeing is believing. Licensing help will handle the paperwork and legislation so you can focus on exploration and production. Searching for the next big project, we know exactly where to find it and can match you with the right local partners. Mining Kazakhstan, the country's premier mining convention, is happening this April in Astana. Let's meet there. Come visit us at booth 2905 in the Investor Exchange. Come chat with us, get the details, and let's turn opportunities into reality. Kazakhstan is not just about resources, it's about the future. If you want to be among the leaders shaping that future, the best time to start is now. The best time to invest is now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Medina. Mindful of time, we're grateful very much for your attention today. Our panelists will be available to address any questions, and of course, we hope to see you all at AMM Congress in Astana in June. Thank you so much for attending us today.